Fala galera, beleza? Trazendo mais uma missão lendária de personagem, dessa vez da Ningguang, no Palácio de Jade reconstruído. Já chegou a fazer a missão lá do arconte dela? Foi bem divertida. A Shinra pra mim foi a principal personagem dessa missão, com toda certeza.
It looks like all our problems are solved.
Oh, great. I didn't think we'd really manage to get you here. This was a last-minute situation, and you're the one with—
To put it simply, we are just looking for the right person to help. I have tasked my 3 most trusted secretaries with overseeing an important auction tomorrow. The nature of their day-to-day work is highly sensitive and confidential. Yes, you were the person who came to mind. To me, this work is highly sensitive and of utmost importance, though I'm sure you'll find it. And yet, despite this, as it happens, I was just having a discussion.
But the outcome of that discussion was that we couldn't— This is a good reminder that we should always—
Anyway, this may add to the debt of gratitude I owe you. But the fact is, I wouldn't worry. It's all work you'll be quite familiar with. All basic skills required by
Virar uma
If you
secretária,
have any
ok.
questions, the administrative work Lady Ningguang touched upon just now is only one aspect. You'll—
None of this is hard work, but there's a lot to do, and it's highly simply put. This— All right. Please proceed to the op—
Yes,
Beleza, vamos lá.
Before I get into specifics, I want to start with— As a member of the Liyue Qixing, Lady Ningguang's every move is in the spot. My usual job is to be her right hand to make— For example, arranging her daily schedule. You misunderstand.
Baisha has always been very passionate about her work. I'm sure she was simply trying to share.
Back to the topic at hand. Bai Xiao and Bai Wen handle tasks that require enormous experience. I can go through the methods I use and give you all in a day's work for the traveler, Great. Currently, there are 130—
Puxa vida.
Yes, I did try to make a start in advance. I'll go through the most important items with you. First is the periodic meeting with the— Then a discussion with Lady Kuching on issues relating to time. Right after that, there's— Yes, you do. To the uninitiated, scheduling may sound like a simple process of— You need to take travel time into account, ample knowledge of all outside factors that— I assume this is all making sense. Unless you had any other questions at this point?
Vou deixar não.
Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time here, and there's—
não precisa.
Already? Wow.
Wonderful. Then I'm grateful for your assistance. If anything else is unclear.
Take care, Lady Ningguang.
Dia livre? O quê?
Don't you think that this schedule is a bit of a light load? No, that's true. Lady Ningguang has a lot of work to it. We do sometimes worry about her health, but her attitude is very Mora-driven. All right then. Let's go with your plan. I'm sure there's a lot of things that need doing. I hope so too.
Isso tudo pra fazer um dia livre. Tá bom. Nossa, eu vou acordar a mulher. Putz, Deus. Tá bom.
Yes, I'm already awake.
Tá bom.
I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well?
Ah, vamos
That's
colocar
good.
assim como sempre.
So, what's item 1 on today? I imagine this must have taken Baisha completely by surprise. Sure. There's no— My schedule is usually very tightly packed, so it'll be quite nice to take a break. I don't often feel tired. Still, your idea is very sensible. Mora can only lift a weary spirit. It cannot alleviate physical. So then, the days ahead of us. Any ideas on how— Something I never— have you played the chess game I made?
No.
Or heard. It's called Liyue Millennial. Based on when I was designing it, I wanted it not only to be so I introduced a lot of concepts that aren't part of traditional chess. I'm constantly revising and expanding it.
Uau.
So far, true. But I don't feel that making it easier to learn isn't one of the joys of playing chess to continue. I think the key will be to make something that easily catches the attention of people who haven't. I'm planning to make a new set with the board and pieces based on one side will play the Guardians of Liyue Harbor. The other side will no problem. I will let you try it out. I want to make each of the chess pieces of Liyue Millennial as true. And no Guardians of Liyue chess set would be. I am indeed.
Ah, que legal.
My thinking was that only people who pre-order it seems only fitting for someone of your status. Naturally, since you are the face of that historic event. Everyone who owns this chess set will then it's decided. Come with me. To make
Oh, lady.
You already know each other?
Oh, I think it goes a little. There's a word for people like you.
You seem to be in a good mood.
As ever, there's nothing all jokes aside.
Remember the custom chess pieces I told you about?
Whatever business I'm in, I am first. As
Pois
it
é, faz
happens,
de tudo pouco.
Yingar is every bit as proficient as any of the.
Oh, I'm sorry. You'll find all the tools you could need.
Huh?
Oh, I think the Traveler is the one you should be asking about. It's hard not to tease with. Come on then.
If I hear any strange new rumors after this,
Rumors about the Traveler or the chess piece?
either, both are
Don't worry, I know. Secrets are only fun when they're kept secret.
just enough with the ambiguous phrase.
You're always welcome at Scent of Spring.
I slightly regret bringing you here.
Vamos pra
It
onde
doesn't
então?
bother me. I just hope she didn't make you feel too awkward.
Só um pouquinho.
Hello, Lady Ning.
That chess piece I...
Okay, let me just double check.
Good. And as agreed, please...
Of course, we are professionals. And although, speaking to you as a friend, I have to tell you that the sale price you indicate, I don't mean just the material costs either. Waiting around for top quality.
That's okay. This one is... With every previous set, there's always been some degree of commercial or marketing considerations. To that point, as you know, the prototype of the Jade Chamber chess piece has been in the works for... Yes. And just like your piece, the Jade Chamber piece will be scaled for the game.
Yes, it's a challenging project. But how do I put it? It just seems...
In business, everything comes down to profits versus losses. You have to... But shrewdness is easily perceived as cynicism in the eyes of hardly the worst thing in the world, of course. Well, for example, I once had a case where someone backed out of a deal with me. Another case is where I offered distinctly more competitive terms. That Ningguang, they thought. She must...
I see.
But these problems disappeared all but completely. Why? Because the whole of Liyue witnessed me destroy. At least, that's the most reasonable.
Oh, I get it. You're saying that you're not seeking to make a profit from these chess pieces because what you're commemorating, it was the deal of the century. And
Yes.
truly a brilliant strategy, lady. Now I understand why this set needs to be so
It will be a lot of work. Make sure the Traveler's piece is exactly how she wants it.
Don't you worry.
Well, that's that. There's...
Vamos lá de novo, câmera de Jade.
I have a question for you. And I, in turn, will tell you how I really... When we were at Mingxing Jewelry, I admitted that my decision to sacrifice the Jade Chamber was a calculated one. When you heard that, did it make you think that maybe I really was a cynical profit chaser after all? Yes. Well, At the time, all that talk about making up for my losses was really just I was lying to Xingxi. My decision to destroy the Jade Chamber was nowhere near as thought through as I made it out to be. Afterwards, I consoled myself by reasoning that all my wealth comes from Liyue Harbor. So, to lose Liyue Harbor, but it just didn't work. Because I had just severed ties with I stared out at the sea for goodness knows how long. There was no way I could console myself. But as time went by, I received so many thank you gifts and letters from people. I gave up the Jade Chamber without a moment's hesitation, and I did it for the sake of Liyue Harbor. All of this was so encouraging to hear. It made me feel that my dear... Because, to most people, the idea that Lady Ningguang is someone who battles with grief and struggles to... This is one aspect of the truth that I can share. The fact that... Thank you for your comforting words. I'm sorry that you have to see me in this, but look where I am now. Standing on the deck of the Jade Chamber, and if I end up having to do it all over again...
Pronto, primeiro final. Tranquilinho de fazer, leve, fácil.
You don't often feel tired. Still. So then.
Fazer coisas que não se tinha chance de fazer.
Something interesting. Because as far as most people are concerned, Mora is the key to any and all opportunity. Yes, you're absolutely... I want to do something a little self-indulgent. Thank you. All right, I was born into a humble family, and...
Pescar?
I had to. Fishing isn't the half of it. A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be their errand runner, but they were tough times. But if I didn't make any money in the morning, I want to relive that time for my life. So how about it? Will you join me? Great. We're not to use our status or... The goal is to see how much more...
Sempre mora.
Okay, but why don't we go down to the docks? They periodically throw out a lot of unclaimed or abandoned... What does it matter? Don't... Come on, let's...
Time...
Cheguei antes de respawnar o bonequinho.
Lady Ningguang, are you here to inspect the goods in the warehouse? Sorry, I won't be...
Calm down.
Oh, I haven't done anything. Have I? Oh, right, the periodic clearances. Yeah, I make sure I post all the necessary... It used to be a huge problem, but with a bit of hard work, it's hard to say. It really depends. But as far as the warehouse is concerned, they all fall into these categories. As for the damaged ones, I guarantee if it sits there in the warehouse for too long...
So, have you cleared out...
I'm afraid we just finished clearing out. But don't worry, Lady Ningguang. If you're here for an inspection, then...
Hold on. Oh. I don't think he has quite grasped the nature of this situation.
Lady Ningguang, I had a quick run through the list.
Let me see here. Soggy food, an odd shoe, a broken mirror. It's a shame we missed the last clearance. We're down to the slim pickings now. Take this wooden toy, for example. The wood is good quality. If you took it apart, there's quite a number of useful
Huh? You want it? Well, sure. Take whatever you want.
Great. This is going well. Yes. And once we're...
I have no idea what's going on here, and I'm not about to ask.
Melhor não perguntar mesmo. Tomara, né?
Lady Ningguang.
Actually, today's a little different.
Just take a look. Oh, I see. I mean, I can take them, but...
What's wrong? If it's too...
No, it's not, so... I'll give you 150,000 mora.
Oh.
No worries. The price... If that figure's not what you had in mind, I can,
What are your thoughts? Yes. At most, these items are only worth...
huh? Wait. And, specific... I thought that was all code for some kind of inspection.
It appears so. Let's try something else. As long as we're in Liyue Harbor. If I wasn't Ningguang, Go-Sonar probably wouldn't have handed all of these, and you likely wouldn't be willing to buy them either.
To be completely...
This goes against the rules we set for ourselves at the start. Are there any other ways for adventurers to make mora besides their remuneration for... Great. I don't mind. Let's give it...
You two have a...
Resumindo, uma perda de tempo ficar aqui em Liyue. Tem baú ali.
This must be the plate. Give up.
Into the wind.
It feels like the feeling of creating your wealth with your own two... Yes, I'd say so. Everything starts out, and let's not forget. In any case, the sight of mora has always... I intend to, this time.
Vamos lá no próximo baú.
Time to go. The range knows me.
Crush!
Another satisfying haul. That's very kind of you. For me, a battle is just a form... Oh no, not yet. Hey,
Nossa.
look! What's that hole in...
o furão.
I see. Oh, how quaint. That was your Beto... Well, I'm afraid I... Come on. Let's... There it is! After it!
Que eu bato nele?
Goodness, this reminds me of fishing. But we didn't let it slip away. Let's see. We can't do any serious business with... Actually, Wang Shuin is right there. But... Same thoughts here. After how... In which case... I think I'll take this opportunity to show you a... Yes, but the rule of the game is no fishing rods allowed. Come on.
Tá, né?
Time to go. Wind strike.
Everybody stand back!
Ah, tá. Pegar com a mão.
This should be enough. Let's head back to land and grill them.
Ah, o jeito antigo.
Here. A fresh catch can go straight on the grill. It's a little charred. Normally, I have to make a special request to the I'm okay. Back in the day, I had to hurry home after. I was always meticulous with them, but by the same token, she didn't love the idea of me leaving home and start. You'd be more likely to see me pulling up out. My childhood memories, they are confined to the water. It is. When I think back on all my hard work in the past. But, a word of warning.
Final 2 é bonzinho também. difícil decidir entre os dois qual foi realmente o melhor até agora. Vamos ver o final 3.
So, it'll be quite nice to take a... I don't still. So then, the days ahead... interesting. Because as far as most people are concerned, yes. I want to do something a little... Thank you. I was born into a humble family, and... Fishing isn't the A lot of the old folks like to brag about how I used to be there. They were tough. If I didn't make... I want to relive that time. So how about it? Will you join me? Great. We're not to use our status or reputation. The goal is to see how much... I can see why you'd suggest that. You're thinking... But Northland Bank is a special case. I rather suspect... Yes, and also... Never mind. I'll just... I expect they still hold a grudge against...
Tudo low poly, ainda não carregado. Olha lá, demora em carregar. Olha o low poly, danado, bicho. Aqui. Eu tô no ar. Nossa senhora, jogo. Carrega? Nossa, a escada não tinha carregado ainda, gente. Banco do Norte.
Lady Ningguang, I would hope that you're not here to... With all due respect, too much official pressure will risk driving our bank.
There's no need to be so hostile. I'm just here to talk business.
That depends on the proposal. And it's not... But first, tell me, why should we believe that you really... Because if you're here to make us suffer huge losses like last time, then I'm...
Straight to the point, Ice. Traveler, we're leaving. Let's not waste... Do you see what I mean now? Their attitude was just as I expected. That's for sure. Although our diplomatic relations with Snezhnaya haven't broke. This sum was paid by Northland Bank, so they are still wary of me to this day. Yes, if you encounter them in any other nations during your travels, be on your guard. That's okay. My intention here, but that's quite enough politics for today. Now that you mention it, yes. What are they plotting this? My thoughts exactly. Let's act natural. Keep moving, just...
Agora não vi nada diferente, só esse casal aqui, mas enfim. Milelite. Ah, tem um Fatui ali, mas ele não tá sempre ali.
Okay, I think there's a lot of foot traffic here, but if you look closely, you'll see only a handful of people have been watching us constantly. But I'm still not sure which of them is our tail. Agreed. Whoever it is will continue to follow us.
He's out of stock, but we have some new items in.
Transeunte suspeito. É aqui, esse aqui então.
I think we've narrowed it down a little, but let's stay calm until we're 100% sure. It shouldn't take much longer.
Tá ali atrás. Ah, ali ó. Outro transeunte suspeito. Caramba. Haja Fatui, hein?
I think I have the answer. Let's get out of his line of sight and sneak up on him. Don't get the wrong person though, or all...
Eu vou ter que escolher?
What are you doing?
Come now. Did you...
What? I'm not doing anything.
I don't know what scheme Northland Bank has in... But let's make a deal. How cooperative you are now. Or do you seriously think Northland Bank won't throw you to the wolves when push comes? Why don't you weigh the pros and cons and give me a clear answer before I
Sorry, Lady Ningguang. My assignment, when you showed up unannounced at Northland Bank, everyone was instantly on high alert. We couldn't just overlook it. We had to get to the bottom of it.
I know they're wary of me, but this all feels very suspicious. I only took you there to demonstrate how tense things are. Is there anyone else following us besides you?
Yes. They would have seen this and reported.
Then we need to get moving. The longer they have to react, no time. I'll keep him with you. Do not let him slip.
Beleza.
Are you saying that Ningguang hasn't done anything? Impossible. She wouldn't have shown. Keep investigating. We must.
So much commotion.
Oh, great.
It looks like I wasn't supposed to be privy to the...
So, you are here. Where did you get wind of this?
That doesn't matter. What matters is that I made a brief and You couldn't have advertised your guilty conscience more clearly. You may as well come clean. You know.
Even if we cooperate with her Well, if you're such a stickler for the rules, you can carry out your investigation by the book.
Fine by me. Then I'll take my time.
Defesa excessiva. Esse finalzinho foi médio. Por enquanto, o primeiro que eu fiz, na minha opinião, foi o melhor. Bom, vamos buscar o quarto final e agora a gente tem que mudar a agenda com a Baishi. A gente pegou o dia livre, né?
As a member of the Liyue, my usual job is to be her. For example, arranging her day.
Baisha has always been very... I'm sure she was simply trying to share...
Back to the topic at hand. Bai Xiao and Bai Wen handle tasks that I can go through the methods I use, all in a day's work for... Currently, there are 100... Yes, I'll go through the most important. First is the period... Then a discussion with... Right after that, there's... Yes, you do. You need to take ample knowledge of all outs... I assume this is all making sense. Unless you... Good. Then let's press on. We're tight on time. Already?
Wonderful. Then I'm grateful for your assistance. If anything else is unclear...
Take care, Lady Ningguang.
Vou tentar. Aqui que é o ponto. Vamos ver como vai sair essa agenda. Nossa, quanta coisa. Wow.
You factored in both priority and efficiency, and produced excellent work. You've got quite a knack for... Please be here at the Jade Chamber tomorrow morning before Lady Ningguang. With you helping out here, we will... I hope so too.
Yes, I'm already awake. I'll be out in a moment. I'm just changing. Good morning. Did you sleep well? That's good.
Aqui não faz diferença.
This item 1. Lunch at Lioli Pavilion with Miss Ua Chiao. Ah, yes. I remember... No, someone I've never met before. She's paying a high price. Otherwise, tens of millions of Mora is rather a high price. That's right. Even at this price, there is no shortage of people willing to pay for it. To be clear, I've never had any hand in setting the price. Time is very valuable to me. So when I first came up with the idea, gradually it developed into a lucrative business. Yes, that sums it up very well. Naturally, for anyone looking to... As for how much my insight is worth you're a very lucky person in the hands of a professional business person. The kind of information you'll be... There's no need to be nervous, of course.
Vamos lá. Como café da manhã junto com o Ningguang. Que belo.
Did you organize this entire breakfast?
Apenas esse de horário.
Please sit. What do you think? Oh, don't forget we have a lunch later. Still, I'm happy to see that you approve of my color. On occasion. Usually everyone is too big. Breakfast also isn't usually so lavish, hence my surprise when we got here. I actually thought you had cooked it all yourself. Relax, I'm just joking. You willingly took this work on, knowing that it would be tedious, and you have worked diligently. Treating you to some food is but a small token of our appreciation. Breakfast sets the tone for the rest of the day. You can't... If you wake up to the same monotonous meal each day... Well, I'm done eating. I have some preparations to make first. I need a change of mood. Who knows?
Será que vai
Perhaps
aparecer a
you will have
skin
a
dela?
I already instructed Longyang. Thank you.
Time to go.
Hello, how may I help? Ah, yes, of course. Here you are. Please give this to Lady Ningguang. Yes, this whole room is... Lady Ningguang asked us to rearrange this room recently. Anyway...
Time to go.
Did you get it? Ah, this is the one.
Sim, a nova skin dela. Essa missão é pra liberar a skin dela.
I had this specially tailored recently, and I must say, I'm really rather fond of it. What do you think? Be honest. Phew. Thank you. Knowing that it has your seal of approval makes me feel much more Oh, then it's mere flattery. I never knew you had such a... All right,
Vamos lá. Tudo em low poly de novo. Ninguém carregado. Vamos deixar entrar? Deixou. Quase bugando a tela, mas deixou. Look out. Tchau, né?
Lady Ningguang.
Sorry to have kept you waiting.
No, not at all. I know that you...
Great. Well, this is the Traveler. She happened to be in Liyue Harbor today. Do you mind if she sits?
No, not at all. On the contrary, I've always been fascinated by... Oh, I'm sorry. What? I'm Luo Qiao, a businesswoman. I work mostly at... That's what I wanted to ask Lady Ningguang for some advice. So...
Rumors?
You know, the rumors about the two of you haven't heard? Come on, you must know that Lady Ningguang's And if you didn't have some sort of special relationship, why would she invite you to this lunch right after?
Interesting. Yet, the Traveler is a national hero in Liyue, even putting aside my official status as one of the Liyue chiefs.
Oh, yes. Oh, there is nothing unusual about it at all.
You're comparing apples and sunsettias there. Whenever Beidou returns to Liyue Harbor, all she brings me... I've missed out on a number of extremely promising investment opportunities thanks to her.
Investment opportunities? Oh.
No, something else. all the—
Oh, but isn't there some new technology from Fontaine that needs
If it were really that profitable, those in the know would have kept it as quiet. I had my secretary do some analysis. The current price of luminescent spines far exceeds the price, so I would advise you.
I see. Well, I was planning.
In my opinion, there are many people around with ulterior motives. Long term, it's very—
You think so too, huh? Okay, got it. Maybe it'd be a better choice to invest this money into an
Papo longo.
Lady Ningguang, thank you so much.
Good.
Now I see why you were able to become the most— You think clearly. You are very knowledgeable, and you keep—
You've been listening for a while. Are you getting bored?
Não,
Has it
imagina
sparked an
pouquinho
interest
só.
in the business world for you? That means you also have a good head on your— If you are in need of Mora, you should absolutely consider doing
I won't take up any more of your time.
See you next time. Right then. Lunch is over. I'm a little concerned about the auction. I wonder—
Vamos colocar não preciso se
you're
preocupar.
right. In that
Se
case,
souber o outro
what's
final.
next on the— okay then. Let's go to
Aí
Mingxin
lá.
Jewelry first.
Enjoy your meal.
Informante. De qualquer maneira eu tenho que sair daqui. Teleporte ou não, não ia mudar tanto. Vai me deixar interagir? Low poly. Ah, carrega, carrega. Carrega o jogo. Lá, 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 lá. Até que enfim.
Hello. I'm here to collect—
Ah, Lady Ningguang.
Very good. Don't rush now. You probably imagine that Mingxing Jewelry deals exclusively in the workers here are very skilled. This time, though,
Lady Ningguang, your comb has been fixed.
Pente.
Please inspect. We did everything we could to
That's fine. Yes, though it is something very— My informants often provide me with extremely important Trust is of far greater— It's understandable to think that way. But things are a little different with these, and this only makes me all the— Thank you for the repair, Xing.
Oh, don't mention it.
Let's go and meet them.
Vamos lá.
Time to go.
Os informantes são as crianças. Sério.
Hello, my dears. Yes, indeed. I didn't want to involve them in intelligence gathering for me at first. It turned out that they delivered the goods and so...
Great! Mom and Dad have taken me on load, but you didn't. Yeah, but you still gotta try.
This new age started after that well, this is a dramatic What about you, Nan Nan?
Oh yeah, I just remembered. Yeah, that's right. All the merchants were there, and it was really noisy.
Oh, I see. That'll be the fishing boats coming back from the open ocean.
Yep. I made sure to look at the waterline, just like you said.
My goodness. Well, the heavier the boat, the lower the hull sits in the water. So you could— How deep a fully loaded vessel will sit in the water varies from ship to ship.
Since Auntie Ningguang—
A few days ago, I heard they said that when they get here.
Oh, really? Who did you hear this from?
All
right, never mind.
Are you
Você
okay?
vacilou.
You're usually the one that talks.
It's okay. Don't be upset. Actually,
Pente.
My comb.
of course I did.
Thank you, Auntie Ningguang.
It was
Tia
just a small
Ninguang.
favor.
But they said you'd be too busy to remember.
They.
They.
It's all right. Don't worry. There just seem—
Yeah, Auntie Ningguang.
I'm sorry. That thing about the luminescent spines wasn't something I heard. I told them I didn't want to lie to Auntie Ningguang, but
Then they bought me a new comb. I'm sorry. I'll give them the
Caramba,
I know how
comprando as
much it means
crianças.
to you. It was a gift from your mom before she left Liyue Harbor.
Yeah, it was. I'll be extra careful with it from now on.
I must say, this is most intriguing. How about this? You tell me where those two...
Okay. They're over at the dock.
All right then.
Are you gonna go punish the—
Now, this is a grown-up situation. I'm
Não
just
me
going to have a
sigam.
polite discussion with the...
Follow the wind.
Don't you think that kid's gonna fluff her lines?
Yes,
See.
I know. But we didn't have any other options. Just try not to overthink it. Ningguang adores that kid. She's not gonna get all suspicious just because—
It sounds like you underestimated...
Lady Ningguang.
You knew how important that comb was to Nan, and you exploited that. You coached a child to lie, made her betray...
Sorry, Lady Ningguang,
That's not the point. Business is business. And at some... But you cannot put Mora above all else. You can...
It was hardly our first choice either. We've been business partners for years now. We've gotten by, I guess, but never had... When we heard about the movement in the luminescent spine market, we thought... So we stocked up a huge stash of luminescent spines and watched as the price went up and up.
but we waited and waited, and this mystery merchant from Fontaine never came. More and more people... Suddenly, everyone with luminescent spines was running for the exit, selling as fast as they could, but...
Oh yeah! As soon as Lady Ningguang makes a move, if we don't sell the goods, we're both bankrupt. We're in debt.
To be brutally honest, we took out a loan and made a speculative investment is not a sob story. But not everyone has the capability to make rational... Greed, a lust for wealth, and impatience can... Do you now realize how dire the consequences of...
100%. We begged people to take our stock off our hands.
We messed up. Complete. The savings we worked so hard our whole lives to build up, decimated. Just like that.
Well, I can take your the portion of what I pay that exceeds the average price of luminescent spines in...
Huh? But that means...
Problema de
Then you're
vocês.
free to find another willing buyer. But if you're seriously still insisting on turning a profit under these
Lady Ningguang is right. Let's swap the goods for cash and use it to pay off our debt.
Yes.
I have no particular need for luminescent spines. But I'm quite sure
Okay, so,
No need to hurry. Our deal is hardly the urgent matter here. You took advantage of a child.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for you to show...
Oh, okay.
Come on. Let's go.
Crianças.
We're back.
Huh?
I'm sorry, Nan. I was completely in the wrong, and
I think it should be your choice.
Well, since it's all sorted out now, but we can't just let them off.
That's true.
I made up my mind. I want them to come play with us.
Yeah! Now we have a great idea.
Wait a second.
Nope. Nope.
So, yes, of course. Let me guess what you're thinking. You're thinking that there's not a huge difference between me turning these children into my informants and the actions of... They were completely different when they'd run away as soon as they saw me. Or they'd be shaking with nerves and unable to speak. But gradually, they stopped seeing me as someone to be... For my part, I did my utmost. I played games with them. Now, they're much further ahead in their studies. I think that this is beneficial to them. I never had the chance to receive a good education as a child. Someday they may realize that not everything is a win-win deal. When that happens, they will be ready to face the world head-on and become I will one day die. New Qixing, I hope the name Ningguang will live on. But not as a person. If I can pass on everything I have learned...
Come on, we're not gonna wait for...
Coming! Come on, let's enjoy this while we...
É verdade. O tempo passa rápido. tempo voa, os bons anos se vão bem facilmente. Um bom final. Um dos melhores até agora, se não o melhor. Vamos ao último final. Deve ser de...
Right then. Lunch, I'm a little concerned.
Vamos lá dar uma olhada.
Good. Then let's do that. So, even though my come on. The auction is being...
Buy one.
Lady Ningguang,
I couldn't help but feel a little...
we're about ready and people...
Very good.
Huh? You?
Yes. Just in case...
Then we'll leave the auction itself to you.
Have you attended an auction before? Well, would you like to participate this time? All right then. Check out the items up for bidding.
Leilão começar às 16 horas.
It's about time to start. Yes? What is it? That's for you to make a considered... It's precisely what makes auctions so until the bids exceed the value of the item you're after, you can keep raising them. Perhaps this does not result in what you might call a... Yes. The first lot is a teacup from my personal collection. Bids starting at 10,000 mora.
20,000.
Eita, só por ser da Ninguuang.
50,000.
80,000. 80,000 over here.
I'll raise...
120.
All right. 150.
150. 180. 180.
Nossa senhora, por uma xícara.
Okay then. Moving straight. You seem to be getting quite into it. Of course it did. I'm sure you must find it quite odd that all these everyday items could... Since you're curious, why not go and talk to the buyers?
Huh? You... Well, it's pretty... Sure,
Viu?
the item may look pretty, but
Só porque ela
I
dá
figured
Ninguuang.
I'd buy it for...
Today, there were too many bidders. I guess I'll just have to wait.
I may have paid an arm and a leg for this, but in the end, nothing of Ningguang's could ever be. I'm far from the only buyer who believes that own...
Well, did you find the answer yet? That's certainly part of it. Despite this, they were all willing to pay very dearly for them. You'll see shortly. If all I wanted to do was make every participant in this auction...
Lady Ningguang, something doesn't seem quite right. As unlikely as this sounds, and please forgive me for even bringing it up, but I had to ask.
Counterfeits? Absolutely not. They are simply ordinary items. And there was no coercion or enticement during...
Because we trusted you! Everyone knows that you love Mora, but we also know that you made your fortune through honest means, as opposed...
You seem to have entered into dangerous linguistic territory. Of course, if you have any genuine grievances about the auction, the lots...
You... Yes, technically it was all lit, but if word gets out about today's auction, people are gonna start seeing you as a con artist. No one... I guess what I'm saying is...
Let me answer that with a question. You claimed that you were willing to pay a high price because you trusted me. But is that really the... Oh, I don't know. Perhaps it could be something to do with a lost item from the... When the Jade Chamber fell, countless valuable items from my collection plunged into the sea. A considerable number of these made their way back into Liyue Harbor through means unbeknown...
Wait.
Yes. Everyone attending the auction today is in possession. Or, to put it another way, they were all people who have had a taste of something that was mine. So I ask you again. Your high bidding price. Was it motivated by trust? The sole reason I held this auction is to reclaim my treasured possessions. If you are willing to return what is mine,
All right, fine. You drive a hard bargain like everyone. I'll go and get it right now.
Despite his bad attitude, he cooperated. The issue was that all items of mine that have been fished out of the sea have changed hands numerous times already. I could have bought them back, but it's not in my nature to pay twice for the same thing. After making some inquiries, I found them to be most uncooperative. I just wanted, at most, a little childish. What do you think it was about the Jade Chamber that defeated Osile? Well, I think its great weight meant that it hit Osile every piece of the... But in the end, it's hard not to get a little irked thinking about it. Thank you for understanding. Now I've got one of my items back. The secrets of history shine through.
Ninguang é habilidosa. Nenhum dos itens foram sacrificados durante a batalha deve ser perdido, não importa o quão pequeno seja. Galera, o que vocês acharam aí dos finais? Vamos pegar as recuperações. Eu, na minha opinião, fico dividido entre o final 1 e o final 3, porque o primeiro final é o final de que a gente aparece a skin e ela fala sobre a progressão da vida dela, ela morrer e deixar um legado. E a missão 3 que ela se abre para o viajante. Então acho que são as mais importantes, na minha opinião. E você, o que você achou? Já fez a missão Ningguang? Gostou da nova skin dela? Eu achei bonita, caiu bem. A waifu de Liyue. É isso aí, galera, mais uma missão lendária de personagem terminada. Um forte abraço do Xande. Deixe seu curtir, obrigado para quem assistiu até aqui. E até o próximo vídeo. Falou!